Introducing the remarkably agile, entirely new 2001 Aurora by Oldsmobile. It can't escape praise, but it can outmaneuver it. Aurora by Oldsmobile.
Here we go. We're going to remove the headliner so that we can recover it, because what's on there is just falling off. While it says start with removing the front passenger bucket seat, I've heard rumors that it can be done by just tilting that seat all the way back. We'll see how that goes. Maybe it won't tilt back far enough. So next thing on here is remove the windshield pillar trim panels. And I need to go to page 81185. I'm on 81179. So it just says pull the molding away and then remove the strip. So we'll do that. All right, I just started peeling from the top and it peeled right off, popped out. 2 clips. One of the things I need to fix, is glue this leather down to the plastic. Both sides are out now. On to the next, which is remove the center pillar trim panels. 1186. Center pillar must be between the doors. I moved both front seats all the way forward and tilted the seat backs all the way forward. Easy access to get those out. Did have to open up the back door to lift the floor trim out of the way, because that was over top of the center piece of trim. So let's go back to directions here. Remove the rear corner trim panels. I think I see a pattern. All right, so it's the same on both sides. Sadly, as careful as one can be, short of removing the seat might have helped a little bit, but even just very carefully pulling it away, some of the, not on these, but on those rear ones, some of those clips just snapped. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes back together. Next says remove the sunshades per 1184. It says just remove the screws. Easy enough. All right, they're dangling by wires that I can't currently get to disconnect. So it took T20 driver to get out the screws. Now go back to, wait, a little more here. It says pull down the sunshade in order to remove the sunshade from the headliner. Done that. Partially lower the headliner to disconnect the wire. Okay, so I guess I need to do that. But we'll see what this says first. Remove the sunshades. Remove the overhead console from 1184. Console replacement. Carefully pull down on the overhead console to release the training clips, disconnect the wire, remove the console. All right, something they did not explain, which I discovered fortunately before I broke anything, and that is that it's only at the rear that it unclips. You pull down at the rear and that releases, and I just already did that one, and that releases hooks that go into the front here. Now, in addition to that connection, you also need to remove that connection and that connection to free it. Next, it says, pull the door opening moldings down to clear the headliner. Refer to 81010 indoors. That's a ways back. Okay, rear door opening. Imagine the front door openings here somewhere. Not really on 1010, but anyway. Position the paint dot. Oh, that's installation. Start at the bottom, start at the joint at the bottom and pull the weather strip away from the door opening flange. Okay, so I guess there's a joint down there. So, quickly discovered that needs to come out, that door sill. This will probably be formed, but just in case, that seam is in line with the center roughly of the lower hinge. So, all the weather strip is out, and that frees up a lot of the headliner. Next thing on the list, remove the assist handles and the high mounted stop lamp and the headliner wiring harness. All right, I've taped those two little loose clips in their position, and the longer torque screws, they're longer than the ones that were holding the sunscreen or sun visor in place. So that will hopefully keep all those together in this box. So just touching caused that foam that's disintegrated underneath the cloth to get permanent depressions. So this will get recovered. And I bought enough extra headliner to do that. We'll get into this in more detail, but these, not sure how these little staples work. I'll have to look into that. So this connector is kind of jammed behind this rear package tray. So I went ahead and pried that Christmas tree post out of its hole right there. And that allowed me to rotate the blue clip out of the way and disconnect from there. So there should be nothing left holding it in anymore. I did hear other of those little capture plates and taped them and put them away. This is the connector for the shade, and all you can do is just stick your fingernail in that little groove right there, and that will then peel back to be able to release around a little tab, and then lo and behold, that comes off. So back in there are wires that go to the OnStar rear view mirror, and there was no mention of having to remove those, so I guess maybe this was fitted afterwards. I'll have to figure out how that comes out. I'll look in the manual, maybe there's something in there. So there are two connectors, one into the back of the mirror and one into whatever that module is there, some sort of sensor. There's a cover there and a cover back there. They are now both lying there. So we now have, I believe, everything preventing us from removing has now been hopefully disconnected. All right, one last connector right down there coming from whatever that antenna is. So I gotta reach back through here and disconnect that. So guess what? Yes, you do indeed need to take that passenger front seat out. But once you do, it gives you all of that space down in there, and then this is the widest from this corner down to that corner. I disconnected the battery so I didn't have to worry about the seat airbag going off. Let's take a look at this now. Yeah, there are two connections, 4 Torx screws, bolts that have to come out to get the seats out. But this is what we're dealing with. It's just kind of falling apart. I should keep that together so that I can see what's going on. So I can see what's going on in terms of how they connected things. For instance, this connector here is clipped. This backside here didn't have a clip. This goes to the brakes. I'm sure these will have to come off because they have to go on afterwards. No clips here, just stuff glued. Staples. Are they? They're straight pins. Somebody straight pinned this to keep it from falling in their face. That's understandable. Got what appears to be something broken there. That's not good. Well, maybe it's not broken. Again, we'll carefully document where everything is as we go around. This one, yeah, I'll have to look, see if that's still in the car somewhere. That's not pretty. So that would be the driver's side. Yeah, I look up here and I don't see any clip still in place. Velcro is your friend. Yeah, I don't see. That must be for the sunroof. Interesting. Cables, I guess, open and close the sunroof. I'm not sure. We'll obviously just do the best with what we got. Yeah, some of these, there we go. Some of these beans are 20-some years old, would rather break than be removed. So I'll do what I can to remove them, glue them back on. I doubt that that'll work, but you never know. So put this seat back in so I can close the car. I don't think those are going anywhere. It certainly doesn't hurt them to stay out, and get the seat into the garage, because I'll be working on that tomorrow in the heated garage so that the adhesive works correctly. So all the pins are out, and the only thing of interest is that where the opening for the sunroof is, in addition to extra tape holding this on right there. So yeah, again, that comes out of there. So I'm noticing that around the sunroof opening, there's no glue right up to the edge. So they stop it shy of there. So I'm going to need to mask that off when I go and spray. Otherwise, the glue goes all the way to the edge and they trim it right at the edge. So that is what I will do.
Introducing the entirely new 2001 Aurora by Oldsmobile. You whip through curves precisely. You grip the road securely. The remarkably agile Aurora.